Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Hi, guys. It's that time again where we get to pay the bills for the month of August. And every episode, every interview, every hike, every movie day, every community gathering, it all happens because people choose to support what we're doing.
And you guys, we have to start by recognizing our adjacent ballers. We now have 2 adjacent ballers, and they are $100 a month supporters of the podcast.
Woo woo!
I mean, such a huge support, and their support doesn't end there. I mean, Benita's been out traveling, celebrating her birthday and softball and such, and she's been putting our stickers everywhere. Jessica's in Europe putting our stickers everywhere, and the balling does not stop with a monthly donation for sure.
That's true.
And so, yeah, and there's so much going on over at Adjacent, and so we're so grateful for the support. We also have our sister Casey is a $25 donor each month. And so, and just so you guys, just being part of Patreon at a $0 free membership is beneficial to us. We have a $5 group, we have a $10 group, we have 25 and 100, and it just helps us pay for studio time and marketing and such. So we really appreciate it. We also, over at Patreon, we have so many extras. Jody, tell us about the extras over there.
Oh my gosh. Well, Shelly has her own book club there, and we do where we let our flag fly all over the place. We just have little tidbits. We talk about Bravo. We do early releases. You get to see everything on video that we're doing in studio or on StreamYard.
Yes,
there's a lot going on there, and we keep adding more and more every week. So
yes, it is. I kind of see it as a variety show.
Yeah, it's a one-stop shop for sure.
It's a one-stop shop after the yeehaw, deny until they die. But so much, we're able to go so much deeper on our interviews and tell you so much more with so many links and such. So we really, really give Patreon a try. And thank you so much to our ballers, Jessica Hogan Montanez and Benita Trevino.
Thank you so much. Now let's give some love to our amazing August monthly sponsors. A huge thank you to Adrian Gravy with JB Goodwin Realtors, helping families find the perfect place to call home throughout Central Texas. The Wine Fix, boy, has it saved my life. Making celebrations just a little easier by helping you fill your very best before you enjoy your favorite glass of wine. And of course, Cornucopia Popcorn, bringing handcrafted gourmet popcorn that's perfect for movie nights, gifts, parties, and honestly, just because.
I mean, we couldn't do this without all of you. We really couldn't. Why, Jody?
Whether you're a sponsor, a Patreon member, a listener, someone who shares an episode with a friend, or someone who simply tells people about the podcast, you're helping us build something really special. We need you to be part of this for it to work.
If you're interested in becoming a September Adjacent Podcast sponsor, please reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you and get you on board and make sure the commercial is marketing your stuff the way you want it to be marketed. And just so you know, our listeners are primarily in Central Texas and primarily women from 45 to 60. And so that is a great group of people to be marketing to. If you are have a boutique in Austin, if you provide pest control or house, tree cutting or what have you, a spa, anything like that, our demographic is the demographic you want to market to, 100%.
So reach out to Shelly Gravy and let's build something amazing together. Now let's pay the bills and
Texas.
Yeehaw.
Adjacent, very near, next to, or touching. Our tailgate is adjacent to the left field fence. ADJACENT. Adjacent.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent. We are at Record ATX with
Grant Davis. Oh wait, do I jump in and say my own
name? You're the pro.
I was excited. Sorry.
We are not at your level on podcasting, and so we are going to be picking your brain today.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we're sitting down with the real
king. Yes, the king. Okay.
You guys stop. I don't need this for my ego.
Okay, before we deep dive your whole life and really get to the nitty gritty, how do Shelly and I know you?
Y'all have been recording here for over a year, right?
Yeah, since December 2024.
All right.
Our first show.
Oh, so yeah, you've
Yeah.
been coming in for quite a bit.
And
to
this is your
little studio.
joint. This is your joint.
It's my co-joint with
Co-joint.
my partner Mike Moody Garcia.
Nice.
And we started our recording studio in 2017. Our first location was down south, South Congress area.
Damn it.
It was right next to the Home Slice, actually.
Damn it.
Dang.
Great
That big
location.
A-frame building
That's
right there, that
nice.
church. Yeah.
Oh, I know that one.
Our rent was hella cheap, but we couldn't control AC, and that's kind of a problem in Texas.
Yeah,
So-
people get hot.
That is a big
Yeah.
problem.
So Shelly lives south. I live north. This works for me. This does not but she comes and picks me up, and then we
Yeah.
come here, and it's perfect.
And a lot of our guests are from South Austin, and so we're like, you have to come north of the river.
Oh, it's funny because you sent out the email before this, and I saw the line about going north of the river, and I'm like, what's that about? I'm a Northie, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never lived south of the river.
Well, do you ever go south of the river?
Oh, that's not true. I did used to live for a little bit down by Sandy's, south of the river.
Nice,
So
nice.
Barely south of the river.
Yeah,
I mean,
just barely.
you were
just a
just
peek over there.
Do you ever go south of the river?
I go weekly south of the river because I do a beer podcast I've done for the past 13 years, and that guy basically lives in Buda, which is he's on Slaughter. So I'm like, you're basically in Buda.
That is
Okay.
Buda to me too.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So tell us about the Beerist. I want to know all about that first before we even deep dive even further.
Sure. I got into podcasting around 2007 because a guy
Wow.
I worked with, who is essentially like a mentor to me, and a guy I now do this other podcast talking about the book series with. He came from a public access show called The Real Deal, where they did movie reviews, and they spun off into a movie review website. This is a little bit of a long-winded story,
No.
but they had a big internet following. They did a really unique take on movie reviews where they had animated characters of themselves doing YouTube movie reviews. Really funny, big audience. And as part of that, they just spun off and did other podcasts, including one that was like about a lot of geeky content. I came onto that show and was just enthusiastic about comics and TV and film as well. And I started chatting with this other guy on the show named John Rubio, who was big into craft beer. I like beer, but I didn't know much about it.
Yeah.
And so he was like, let's do a show together. And eventually it turned into us just becoming reviewers of craft beer. And it was kind of cool just because our audience, people would send us beer from all over the U.S. and then eventually internationally, just people are shipping us beer for us to try. And we have been doing this for, 13 years, trying and reviewing 4 beers. Well, it started out like 5 or 6 beers a week. We had to kind of tone that down. So now we do 4 beers a week, and we've been doing that for 13 years.
Oh,
That's
my
incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
What was the show before where you met him?
Oh, that one
was
was called The League of Extremely Ordinary Gentlemen.
Okay.
It's a playoff of Alan Moore's comic book,
Yes.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Mhm.
And yeah, we would talk about comics and film, pop culture, TV, all sorts of stuff. I was a fanatic of the show Lost, and I would talk a lot about that and like go off the deep end doing deep dives and like making my own ARG, which is an alternate reality game. I would do one online about like with other people about all that. It was very, very geeky.
I love it.
But like that audience, like there was a big audience that we would have conventions once a year. People would come in the summertime, and there was like a couple hundred people that would come, and we would have events all around the city. Some people would even stay at my house during the thing. So it was like a whole community that had been built around podcasts and geeky pop culture. And so from that, I just kind of spun off into doing multiple podcasts. And I think I wouldn't say it's necessarily a specialty of mine, but I've come onto a lot of podcasts as a person who is fine talking about a bunch of stuff I don't know anything about. So I was on a podcast talking about beer when I was the novice who didn't really know much about craft beer.
Right.
And I would ask a lot of questions about it as we did the podcast. I joined a Star Trek podcast with my partner here, Mike Moody, who loves Star Trek, and I had never seen any Star Trek. So I would talk about that. I did one with video games, and I didn't know about video games. So I would sit there and listen as someone would tell me all about these different video games. So it became a little bit of like a niche. Yeah, for me.
That's incredible. But you've been doing podcasting since 2007.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I mean, who else was doing podcasting back then?
Yeah.
It was just kind of starting.
There
right?
was you and...
Podcast was really such a small hobby. It was a... I mean, I don't want to say like a renegade thing, but it was something that we record in our living room or the friend's nerdatorium or garage or wherever.
Yeah.
I would say basement, but we don't have basements here in Texas, really.
Right.
And yeah, it was lo-fi and not great quality. People would all be cramming around. Like when we did our first podcast, it was like 10 to 12 of us all cramming around 4 mics, and it was chaos. And I don't know how anyone would even want to listen to that stuff. I certainly wouldn't. But
Well, not today. You're
not
probably
today.
Like, ouch.
I don't even know about back then. But other people were. They were listening to it, and it just became it became such a hobby that eventually it turned into a career for me.
Yes.
But that was really unexpected.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to school for design. And I was a graphic designer, and that's what I did mainly as my job. But after I had kids, I have 2 daughters. I was a stay-at-home parent for a while, and I just kind of fell into being having a recording studio.
Wow. So it's like public television back in the day, public
PBS.
No, like the public television.
Public
where people-
access, yeah.
public access.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like the original podcasting was. It's like
It kind of felt like that, right?
Yeah.
Like those people, my friends who started that other site, they were from public access,
Yeah.
and they were just doing their own indie TV show kind of thing,
That's fun.
production. And that's when they pivoted to, the internet and YouTube allows us to just make our content without paying for that studio.
Oh
Now
my
it's kind of come
gosh.
full circle to now we have a studio we rent out here.
So, Grant, where are you from originally?
I'm an Army brat, and I was born in Kansas, but I wouldn't necessarily call Kansas my home. I just
Yeah.
moved around a bunch
And
until I
it's so
just settled in
interesting
Texas.
how many people that we know
Uh,
were military
yes.
brats, as you say.
Yeah.
I'm like, so many people have moved from place to place to
Transplants,
place to place
yeah.
to place. So you were Kansas, and then you moved to move. So that's hard. How was that for you?
I wonder if this is why you can do what you can do is because you had to move so often and recreate
maybe.
yourself.
A little bit of a chameleon.
that you could do it.
Maybe. I don't it was just what it was. It's interesting because now I have 2 girls, and they're both 10 and 13, and I'm like trying to navigate even like these difficult ideas of like them transitioning schools, whereas like I had to pick up and move like whole cities and lose all my friends every couple of years, right?
Yeah. Aw.
And it just kind of was what it was. I have 2 older sisters, and they both went through the same thing, so I didn't really think too differently of it.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Why do you think people call them Army brats, by the way?
They're just terrible little kids. No, I'm
Terrible.
kidding. I actually don't know why they're called brats.
I'm like, gosh, that's kind of harsh.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not
Is it-
their fault they had to move from place to place to place.
It's better than marine maggots.
Oh, that's true.
We were called maggots.
Yeah, well, that's not nice either.
I prefer brat now. I'll take that. I'm fine with
take
it.
it, I'll take
Yeah.
Wow.
So you moved many places. What brought you to Austin?
So my folks landed. My folks both were from a small town in Ohio. They were like high school sweethearts and military, moving around a bunch. They had my dad is one of 14 kids.
Wow.
Big family on that side.
What?
And so with a number of siblings, a couple of them ended up landing in North Dallas area, Plano area. And so after he retired, he didn't really know where to go. Do you go to Ohio, where a lot of his siblings had moved away from? There's some in Florida or Arizona, wherever. Just settled in Texas. And because he settled there, college was cheap enough for me to be able to stay in state. So I went to UT. And it's a big school, and I was quite comfortable with being lost among a massive school like that versus those
lovely.
little tiny ones.
Yeah. What did you study there?
Design.
Yeah.
I always recommend, if you want to get into university, apply for their art program. And then you can just pivot once you're in once you're in school, then go ahead and pivot from there. But I started with fine arts, and then once I was presented after halfway through the freshman year that there was a design program, I just jumped into that.
That's incredible.
May I ask, have you ever done theater?
No.
Ever?
Both my girls are in theater though, so I get to do a lot of practicing lines with them.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. My wife doesn't want to do it, but I happily join in and do a bunch of that. But yeah, I've never done any theater.
Where are your girls going to school? Where are they going to be?
Both over on the east side. General Marshall is a new school in the Mueller area. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You live over there. I love that area. It's so pretty. I love it.
Did you ever go to Hanks?
Yeah, it's right by the house. Yeah.
I do love Hanks.
I can walk over there.
How lovely.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I liked it when it was Henri's before. It was the cheese shop down south.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was Henri's, and then they closed, and I was kind of bummed because it was a great cheese shop, and now it's Hanks.
But you could get a mean charcuterie board there, so just saying.
Good.
Yeah.
The meta.
Okay, so when you're with your family, what are some things that y'all like to do around town? Other than your daughter's amazing theater.
They're now moving a little bit away from going to the playgrounds all the time, but we would always go to the playgrounds and Thinkery because we're close to the Mueller area. We would go down there, walk around the water. I think with the pandemic, we did a lot of just going to different parks. I actually used to take them a lot to empty parking garages during the pandemic and
skate.
Yeah, put my girls in skates and we would play hockey up there.
Oh, how fun.
How clever.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun because I'm like, no one's here and no one cares. Well, one time one guy was like, hey, we're security, you can't be in here. I'm like, come on, man, the whole planet's on timeout right now. Let us play some hockey.
I know. I always thought it was so weird that some people would find weird rules.
What a good idea, though.
Incredibly. Very, very clever.
Yeah. Where did you meet your wife?
We both went to high school together.
Okay.
But I didn't know her in high school. I met her through mutual friends. She's a grade below me. That once she came down to UT as well, she'd just come to some of our parties we would have down in the Riverside area. And then,
how fun.
Yeah, we hit it off.
Oh, good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so to shift gears, you have the Beerus, but you also have had other podcasts. What are some of the other?
How many podcasts?
I mean, you've had the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and talking about Lost, and you've had your conventions about, no offense, nerdy things and Star Trek.
It's very much nerdy, geeky things, yeah.
But now you're spinning off in another direction.
Yeah, I started this studio with Mike with the intention that we would have an opportunity for us to just record the things we want in a nice space. We're not huddling and trying to organize in our house or someone else's house at odd hours of the day. So that was our ambition. And then I think Mike and I kind of failed to capitalize on that opportunity for a while because once it really did become a business, it's hard to do a business and have the time and luxury to just kind of do our own projects. And Mike was a lot better about it. He was doing like film review stuff all the time here and there. But I hadn't had good inspiration to do anything for a while until I started reading this book series called Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I would say a year ago, most people probably hadn't heard of, but I would say by now, a lot of people have started hearing about it. It's now constantly in the New York Times top 10 books. There's 8 books out right now with a plan for a final 9th book, which can be put into 2 parts. So technically 10 books.
Yes.
And it's a wild, fantastical series that Yeah, I got on board reading this a couple years ago with my same friend from the beer podcast, and we just loved talking about it after we do a beer recording episode, and I was like, let's do a proper like just book club where we can chat about this, and it's done pretty well. We started it, and it's taken off. We have a lot of dedicated fan base and new people that are finding out about this series. I think there's something very addicting about the series once you do get into it, that once you're done, you go, what do I do now?
Yes.
And it's like, well, start again and listen to us as we dissect things. And you can be a part of the experience with us as we're going through and talking about the book.
Okay, so you started with book 1.
Mm-hmm.
What is the draw to this book? Because I'm fascinated with this
And
culture.
why isn't the audio available at the library? Is it
So,
Amazon?
I've heard the
owns
audio
it?
is
The
where it
audio
is
is great.
Yes.
We actually review everything through the audiobook. We aren't literate. No, I'm kidding. We aren't. We're not reading the books. We're talking about it based on the
We're pretty not
performance.
smart.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
We dumb. But the audiobooks are exclusively through Audible. They did a partnership early on.
Damn it.
And although I believe you can also have access to a more robust, like all ensemble cast version called the Audio Immersion Tunnel, which is through Sound Booth Theater. That's the guy, Jeff Hayes. He's an amazing vocal chameleon.
Yeah, I think
The fact that he
that's
does
the one she said.
a
Yeah.
massive catalog of voices, including so many women's voices that most audiobook people don't have that kind of range. It's uncanny.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The elevator pitch for this book is difficult. It is a wacky, goofy thing, and it feels kind of lowbrow initially. It's sci-fi, it's adventure, it's action, it's horror. It's kind of running the gamut of genres. But the general premise is that Earth is destroyed by aliens, and a guy and his girlfriend's cat are stranded on the surface of Earth with an announcement to all Earthlings that we've now taken over your planet. You can try your best to survive on the surface, or you can enter the dungeon where you will be entered into a game, and if you can survive, you can earn your freedom. So this guy and his cat, all these dungeons pop up all over the planet Earth. People enter in, and he and his cat are trying to survive. And his cat, named Princess Donut, eventually eats a pet biscuit that gains her sapience, and now she can talk to him. So he now has a lovely talking cat, and he's just trying to survive. And this is, it's called Lit RPG. It's a whole genre I was only partially familiar with before. I would say that the first book is a little bit of getting used to what Lit RPG is, because a character gains abilities and they get special equipment, and you have to hear how they level up and what the equipment does. That becomes less of a thing as the books go on. It just becomes kind of a running, an understood component in the background of the stories. But yeah, it's Hunger Games, it's Running Man, it's Andor. It is a book that really leans into a commentary about fighting against a capitalistic oppressionist system. And there's a reason it becomes addicting. I would say the first book, maybe even the first 2 books, they're kind of fun, a little bit silly, and there's like a couple dark moments. But by like the 3rd and 4th one, everyone's like, this is the greatest gripping epic saga I've been involved in. And so I highly recommend it.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I don't know if you guys...
Lit RPG.
Yes.
That's for Harry
so
needs
fun.
to know that term.
I know.
That's incredible.
That's so cool.
Seeing your excitement about it. I mean,
yeah, you lit up just
it's
now.
so fun.
Yeah.
It is so fun. I can't imagine dedicating myself weekly for like over a year now to talking about this book series if I was kind of meh on it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really enthusiastic about it. In fact, I'm wearing one of our shirts. There's a head of a lady who's saying "I will kill your mother" on it.
And that's one of your brand shirts.
Yeah,
people can order it through your website.
Yeah, Hello
Nice.
Crawlers. Yeah,
Hello Crawlers.
HelloCrawlers.com.
we had a guest and she was on the radio for years and years, and she was like,
this is her favorite book.
She started talking about, and we were like, what the heck? What is this?
It's so goofy and weird. In fact, I had read other books adjacent to this in the universe, and I was just like, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah.
And then I read this one, and I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I fully get it.
Yeah.
And since we've started doing our podcast, we got to interview Jeff Hayes, the audiobook narrator. In fact, one of our first few episodes, he said, "Oh, check these guys out. This is great." And he boosted us immediately.
What?
Which was great.
Good for you, Grant.
And then he put us in touch with the author, Matt Dinneman. And this guy it's like the new J.K. Rowling. I mean,
but better.
But not
offensive.
Yeah. Not terrible. He's a lovely geeky dude, and he we got to interview both of them, which just kind of made it feel like we're
legit.
Really we're reaching the audience in a way that's we can cater that to them. And then not only that, but he also released another book last year, and he invited us to be the moderators of his panel here in Austin.
What? Hot dog, dude. That's
really
awesome.
I love it.
That one was crazy.
That's
because I emailed the guy and I was like, "Hey, can we get tickets to go to your event?" He's like, "How about you moderate it?" And I was like, "What?"
Oh my gosh, blush.
Yeah.
I was very nervous. I didn't do well, but the other two hosts were great and they handled the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
What
does your family think of this?
I know, yeah. What do the girls think? Are they on board?
I don't. It's kind of adult, the series, so I haven't let them read it yet. And my wife is just kind of like, it's bizarre how this one's just kind of working for us right now.
Isn't it weird when there's like a niche and it takes off and you're just like, wait, this? Okay.
Exactly.
But it's worldwide. So
we could spot when my buddy and I were reading this at around book 5 or 6 when the books were out there. It was like, oh, we see the trajectory of it at this point. This is going to be Stranger Things. It's going to be Harry Potter or the next Game of Thrones. Like, this is going to be a cultural moment. And since then, it's just been optioned by Peacock and Seth MacFarlane.
Okay.
So it is being developed into a TV series. So I will have plenty more to talk about on my show, I'm sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very excited. We need to get on board. We need to get on board.
Well, just talking to you makes me. I'm gonna at least read it.
After hearing Heather talk about it, we walked out and we were like, "Do you know about the Bryce? Do you know about this crawler show, this crawler book?" And he goes, "You need to talk to Grant."
Yeah.
It's like, oh my aliens!
I'm so happy for you.
I was the same way about Harry Potter. Like, I could have talked about Harry Potter all day, every day, and
that was our time.
I was waiting in line for book 5 to come out at midnight.
Yes, of course.
Drinking the butterbeer and doing trivia.
For sure, 100.
Lovely.
Yeah, my kids. I read every book with them, and we went to Harry Potter Land, and all of it.
Obsessed. It was a cultural.
And then she had to shit her pants.
She shit the bed
and ruin it for all of us.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm still
whatever.
I'm
Hopefully, this does not happen with Dungeon Crawler Carl. Yeah, so it sounds like he's more on the cusp. Of
Do you know who's going to be playing who?
No, they haven't done any casting, but
they bought the rights.
My guess, my guess would just be that it is a book full of a lot of non-human characters, which makes it difficult and expensive. So I imagine they'll probably cast unknowns because budget-wise, they can afford unknowns.
Right,
a big name. Although, like, if I had my druthers on this, the guy who plays Sir Duncan the Tall on A Night of 7 Kingdoms, have you seen this show?
Yes.
Oh, it's a Game of Thrones spinoff?
Yes.
That guy?
Yes.
Would be a great girl.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
He's got his big old doe eyes. He's like 6'5". And Carl's supposed to be like 6'3", 6'4". He's supposed to be a big young guy. Kind of seems oafish initially, and then you're like, no, he's pretty smart.
I love it.
Yeah, that guy would be great for it.
Okay, good.
How
I
fun.
love it. Well, you are going to have a lot of. You're going to get busy. You're going to get busy. You're probably going to have travel a little, Grant. Are you ready? Do you have your passport?
I don't know about all that.
Might have to go to Canada.
Yeah, I gotta go up there. Are they filming in Toronto or something? I gotta go visit
That's
them.
where it is. I say Canada's where they do a lot of filming, so you never know. You might have to be like on the cusp of it.
Yeah, I gotta do all the reporting.
Yeah, you better get your passport ready.
Live from the studio.
Yeah, it's gonna be
No,
exciting.
when I actually did the book tour interview, I was a nervous wreck. We did it in front of like 1,000 people at the church downtown, the
Which church?
Trinity Church,
Okay.
and I just kind of shut down. I couldn't handle it. I didn't expect that.
Right.
If I had a theater background, maybe I would be more comfortable
there
in front of a crowd. But
you're gonna find your way. It'll be fine.
like interviewing Matt here from the studio, fine. All those people, I just kind of locked up, and I was like, that's interesting. So I don't want to go talk to people on set of a TV show.
You're gonna have to.
No thanks.
Or just point to your friend.
I'll let my co-host handle that.
Do it.
What's your co-host name again?
I have John Rubio and Martin Thomas.
Okay.
The other key of our podcast was bringing in Martin Thomas. Good long friend of mine, the guy I said was like my mentor who brought me into podcasting. He's never read the books, and we wanted the lens of someone who's reading it for the first time.
Oh, I love that.
And to do the cruelty of making him only get to read 4 chapters a week.
Oh, I love it.
And then just wait until we can discuss it before he gets to read even more of the book.
That's so smart. Because then he's going to be like, I can't wait. Or
he's been a real
what
trooper.
is this about?
Yeah.
Like,
That's really smart because you start talking about the
you don't want to give
chapters.
Too much away.
Oh yeah,
So it
I mean
keeps
we
it fresh.
started
It's
off
a book club.
Yeah, we started off the book, and he didn't like it. In the first few episodes, he was not a fan of the book, and so a lot of people, when they'll watch our first episode, they'll be like, "Why am I listening to you guys? You don't even seem to like the book," because he didn't like it, and we were like, "Yeah, we understand. It takes a little bit of getting used to because it kind of starts a little bit immature and silly and goofy, and it's a wacky premise with a lot of exposition to kind of get into it."
Right.
That's the same thing, Heather. She goes, keep going. It takes a while to.
It's one of those you got to kind of push through.
Yeah.
I remember like the King Killer Chronicles is a book where, man, I felt like I had to read like 1,000 pages before that book like really kicked into gear.
Like the Night Circus. Still don't get it.
Oh, is it? I haven't read that one, but there's some of these books that like they require quite a commitment.
It is.
Yeah.
You have to like write a thesis about who's in the damn book.
I mean, that's what I find with a lot of TV shows, because one of my big long running podcasts I used to do was called The TV Dudes, and I used to talk about TV all the time. And so many TV shows, like you have to give it like 4 to 6 episodes, which is a lot of commitment to get.
It is.
Like if a movie can't hook you in its 2 hours, what's a TV show doing that it can't like hook you? But at the same time, I found that so many TV shows need that extra time to kind of build up and nail it.
So true, because that's giving 2 hours of your life right there.
Yeah.
You know?
And
sometimes 4 hours.
It's weird to say, give this book series 3 books.
Yeah.
And it will retroactively make that first book so important to you.
Absolutely.
But if you get to that first book and you don't like it, I'm like, man, you gotta keep going. It's hard to kind of convince people of that.
Well, now I'm convinced.
I'm convinced. I mean, Heather had me convinced. I just was like, how do I get it? Because she was like, you have to do the audio.
You're going to have to do it.
Right. I would say go to Sound Booth if you don't want to do like Audible and, support Amazon and do that. Yeah, I think Sound Booth would probably be the best place. But I have seen that now the books are getting carried a lot more in the libraries, so maybe the audiobooks are kind of around the corner.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Like,
but then we're going to be well beyond the trend. And then we're going to be like, what happened? Everybody left us. We're going to be like waving a boat that's already passed.
Tell Heather she needs to gift you her account. Just like, what's your login?
You're the login.
We'll sign in but then when you do that, they're like, hey, too many people are logged into your account. I know. It's like an MLL for like you're sharing it with everybody else.
I even went to NetGalley going, come on, NetGalley, come on.
No, they're not going to do it.
No, thanks.
I love your passion and your excitement. And
I have to go back. How many podcasts have you done?
I mean, there was a point in time I did like 5 different podcasts in a week. I was doing TV dudes. I was doing a video game one called Rage Select. I was doing Spill. I was talking about Star Trek. I was doing one here in studio for called Create Pod, where we would talk to people who are podcasters about the art of podcasting. And then I was doing the Beerist. So yeah, I've done a number of podcasts. I would say, more than fingers I have on my hand.
Yeah. Wow.
I also ran one called MCU Pod that was talking about Marvel, and then I was going to do a Star Wars one. I started a few of those. I did a Watchmen podcast talking about both the comic and then the movie and then the TV series. Man, okay, if you guys get me going, I'll just keep remembering all these other podcasts.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
So we're looking at like 20.
Yeah, I did a lot of podcasts. I eventually hit a breaking point where it's like I need to pare down, and I was down to just doing the beer one until finally I decided last year to start up this other book club one.
Yeah.
And who knew? And which one was like biggest success? Like
the lightning in the bottle.
I mean, I know Beerish is like killing it.
Yeah, the Beerish, we won a couple of awards for. We were doing pretty well with that. We get sent beer. I mean, I think personally, just me managing this book one, Hello Crawlers, I like being able to
your numbers
see
are great.
the growth of it. Yeah,
Right,
see the connection to the community.
Yeah.
That kind of engagement. It's pretty special.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So what do you think if you were going to have people that are like us starting podcasts and doing things? What do you think the biggest thing that people need to know about podcasting? Because,
what's your pro tips?
Oh, right. I mean, it can vary. I would say that nowadays, knowing your niche and knowing that quality does matter. It is a differentiator because in this game, there are a lot of people that are all competing and doing similar things. So how do you distinguish yourself and how do you grow your audience and connect with the people that you want to not only listen to you, but, spread the word about what you're doing?
No, it's so true.
Yeah, it's just kind of a marriage of both of those. But at the end of the day, given that I came from doing this as a much more indie kind of thing, just do it for yourself.
Exactly.
If you don't have the audience, still have fun doing it. Because
and if you don't have the
slog through
passion, if you're not into it, don't.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, I could be hanging out with my two friends talking about this book series without an audience. It's just that I also see the value that like other people want this kind of discussion that we're having. So it makes sense to kind of put it out there for them.
I love that.
When with AI and everything happening, we talk about this a lot, is that with AI and people being so isolated, you're building a community, and that's so important. And so I think it's great that you're doing it, because this is sometimes your voice is the only voice they hear in a week.
Right. That is a lot of the feedback we get of like, I have no one in my community who reads these books. And so it's so great to like be able to live vicariously through your show or, the podcast that we're doing. They can, they feel that there's someone else to almost like discuss this with. And it is true. Like they not only can discuss it with us in our chat, but like in the comments below, they're making connections with other people and spinning off like on Reddit. We have a community and now people are talking with each other on there. And it's really cool to see.
That's incredible.
Yeah. People don't have to
community.
People don't have to be alone.
Exactly. They don't have to be alone.
Yeah, like the pandemic did really just isolate a lot of us. And then, people, we used to go out to bars. We used to go drinking and hanging out with other people. And a lot of those things just kind of got put on the table, and I don't think they've picked up in the same way.
Agreed.
Like I see it in the beer community.
For sure.
Breweries closing down, and like people aren't going out to bars and drinking, which good on their liver, I suppose. But there's this
maybe.
Yeah,
there's drinking at home by
lack of opportunity.
This is our Wine Fix.
Yeah.
Our new sponsor, Wine Fix.
Yeah, we have a new sponsor. But I guess like I'm saying either they're like they used to go to the Flying Saucer. Now they're not, right? Or maybe they're staying at home.
But is there going to be gathering places where, the crawlers hang out?
Yeah, that would be
fun. Happening?
Doing little hangouts.
we do meetups now here locally. We did one over at Lazarus, and then we're going to be doing one next month over at Brutorium. And yeah, like 20 people showed up to our first one. We anticipate that we're gonna like advertise this other one, and maybe it'll be about up closer to like 50 people.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're just gonna keep growing it and seeing.
It's a community.
What is the best way for people to follow the crawler?
If you go to hellocrawlers.com,
Okay.
that has all the links there.
Okay.
And if you want to check out the beer one, I would say that one's a little more lewd. We're silly and we're drinking beer.
That's so
and
funny.
it also gets really into the weeds of like nerdy tasting notes on beer. But that one's called thebeerists.com.
Yes. Yeah. Y'all's your thumbnail on those make me laugh so hard. You're so animated.
Yeah, I'm a ham.
You are.
And the other ones are just always very, very stoic.
They
Yeah, I'm like,
are.
all right,
They're
come
just
on.
like, ah!
So when you're not doing podcasting and editing
sleeping.
and
You're
listening to
sleeping.
everything, and what are some of your favorite places to go around town?
I love going to breweries, which should be no surprise. I love Pint House. I find there's something very calming about like both Pint House and Lazarus. There's something cozy feeling. Oddwood, Batch. These are all just kind of in my neighborhood anyway. So I like going to those places to eat, have beer, have coffee. On weekends, my wife and I go visit a bunch of coffee shops. Our buddy runs Fleet Coffee, and I love going to check out what new things they're doing over at Fleet. And otherwise, yeah, we stay in, hang out, just our family a lot.
With your family.
Yeah.
How did you meet your wife? You said y'all met at UT or
Yeah, we met at UT.
That's so sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
And you have 2 daughters and you're growing your podcast world and you allow us to come into this beautiful studio to come and record. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys too. It's great.
Tell us about Record ATX. Y'all have 2 locations?
Nope. Just one.
Dallas.
No, we don't have Dallas. We were about to pull the trigger and we backed out at the last minute. This was like right around when all the tariffs and stuff were going on, and we were like, we're not sure what the economy is and if we even want to make a gamble right now on another location. So we pumped the brakes on that. I mean, I think we're still kind of eyeing being able to open a second location, but right now we're just here in the heart of Austin. And we have 5 studio rooms here.
Yes, I love it.
If ever you're in town and you want to recordATX.com.
Well, we wrote about it. We said every room has a different personality. It brings out a different type of person that you are going to be in that.
I love this room. This is my favorite
This is
room.
beautiful. I love it.
It's a great studio. If you ever thought, and we say this to people all the time, if you've ever contemplated starting a podcast.
Yeah, or doing some kind of video recording.
Get in studio and try it one time.
Boom.
Share your voice, record.
Y'all make it so easy.
You do. It's so turnkey and it takes that whole factor out. It's like
extremely professional.
So good. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, we love it here. It's like home.
It is. It is. The first, after month 2 coming and seeing Bryce, I walked in and I hugged him.
Oh, yeah.
He did not give her consent.
Yeah, she was like, "You did not get consent to hug him."
You did not get consent.
And I think he overheard us having a banter about it.
He was a good sport.
He was like, "It's okay."
You can hug.
He was a good sport. I'm more of like, I'm not going to hug you.
We love Bryce. We
love your team.
Yes.
You guys are great. If you want to come to Record ATX, let us know. We'll hook you up. We'll let you know all the deets. But
agreed.
Also, you have to listen to the crawlers, or what do you call them?
Hello, crawlers.
Hello, crawlers. Anyway,
I want to get caught up so I can come on.
Oh, I'm definitely.
You got to check it out.
I'm such a nerd.
I am a nerd, so I'm going to be deep diving this for sure. Thanks for telling us how to get into the series and be a part of the new crawler community. So anyway, thank you, Grant. This has been so great.
Thank
we'll
you
let
so
you get back
much.
to work.
I appreciate it. I'll go stop our recording now.
All right. We're going to ask you one more thing afterwards. So Texas.
Yeah.
All right.